looked like you were trying to do a porn video.
I think it's time to leave this place. Well. That's so beautiful. Oh my god, the art, the artistry.
How do you want to envision this entire thing? So, like, you're the director, right? Like, how do you want to see this play out? I think what we should do is like have a beginning, a middle, and an end, because otherwise people are not going to understand where we're going with this, you know. And that's what we need.
This is what you do when you don't know what to say. Who I have had most influence?
I think I know the answer for you more than I know me.
My sister and brother.
Yeah, my sister, me.
Yeah, I think I've had the most influence on you. Literally, you got into the same stream as me.
Yes, but I swear to God, I didn't do it with consciously. Even I'll do it.
Same
I
career
swear to God,
as me.
I swear
You
to
literally
God.
went into a different college. You did event manager and then ended up in my
No,
this
but
thing.
understand, it happened by mistake.
Or
Sure.
I mean, I became feminist. You became feminist. I mean, it's a good thing.
I think my entire feminism is because of you.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you grow up seeing me fight constantly and like with different people and everything, and
Stuff you're
even
big influence,
having an
yeah.
argument with daddy about different things. Then obviously that does affect because you see that it is okay to have a conversation about something.
To
right?
to disagree, to stand up for what you believe in, definitely has come from you, for sure. I don't know who I've had the biggest influence on, to be honest.
I think you're still continuing to have that influence. It's not like a
On
done
whom?
deal. Like now it is starting more. Like you are influencing me. It's because of you only. I remember one thing. It's because of you that Amma started becoming more open to talking about periods in the house. It was not because of me. Because before, when I got my periods and everything,
It was a taboo. I did not know y'all even had this shit. I was like, what is this thing?
Yeah, but then once you found out or you got it, then suddenly it was such a normal topic to talk about, and it became so open. Maybe it's because now suddenly it was majority women,
And I was like, well, how do you hide it now?
but yeah, it was more open then. I became like,
Actually, you've forgotten this. I was like, well, now I am Karan Johar.
okay, what is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen? Oh my God. You want me to say to you also?
Bitch, you need to ask. Most beautiful thing I've seen ever. It's my first crush, honest to God.
Is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
Because I remember that feeling and being so overwhelmed with it. I've told you about how I've written like a poem, like a diss poem to her because I was like feeling so
Damn.
overwhelmed. I won't out her.
Obviously.
That was, I feel like, because I loved her smile so much. I did tell her though,
So
eventually.
beautiful. Is she also interested in women?
No, she just said thank you.
Well, is she interested in women? Otherwise, then it'd be like,
No.
oh, then I cannot even ship it. Like, hope for one day, maybe. I think the most beautiful thing, at least for me, would be something that becomes my happy moment. You know, like a, what do you say, that, you know, a moment where you're just glad. Like, you know, when you are going through a lot of emotions, you go back to a particular moment to make yourself feel calm. My happy place, right? So I feel my most beautiful thing is my
Wedding?
happy place. My happy place is, I think I should be saying my wedding, I guess. No, is in Goa. We'd gone to this beach and floating in this calm part of the sea was there, where we could float in the water, looking at the sky, seeing the clouds, hearing the sound of the beach and the sea in your ears. That is my happy place. And every time I want to go to sleep but I'm not able to, that's what I imagine. And then I just go to sleep immediately.
Wow.
That is my most beautiful thing, because I love watching clouds. I love the sound of the ocean. So it literally mixed both things, and it was the most perfect thing ever. That is my most
That's beautiful.
amazing memory. What do you absolutely hate to see happen around you?
Someone getting cornered.
Yeah.
I just hate that.
Same.
Just putting it on my face.
Yeah.
I just hate seeing someone cornered because it makes you feel like, what if you were the person who was being cornered,
True.
and how would that feel?
True.
I hate seeing someone cornered.
Because and especially when you want to stand up for them, and if you can't, that feels even worse.
Yeah.
Tell me you did not just say that.
No,
Yeah,
but-
I mean, I hate it also. There are such horrible people in this world who will look at someone going through a bad time and think that that is the perfect time to bring them down even further. No shit.
no shit.
No shit. It's like when someone says that, don't take offense, okay? Like, no offense,
Romance, but
full offense.
yeah.
But there are people like that who will drag you down, who are not willing to listen to another side, who are not willing to have a normal conversation, who only want to have one,
Chaos.
Yeah, chaos, exactly. Chaos reign. It sucks. And I hate feeling helpless, not able to help that person about it. Fucking red hand. But yeah. When in your life have you most felt alone? We're getting very deep and personal because you're painting and stuff.
That's a lot of times. It's a lot of times. But I think.
But like, is alone equal to lonely?
No, not at all. Not at all. Actually, it's the times the first thought that came to my head was on my birthday when I was surrounded by the people I love, but I felt the most alone. And honestly, I've never
Sounds like
felt.
Taylor Swift.
No, but I've honestly, but I stay by myself in Bombay now, but I've never felt lonely when I stay by myself, because I'm like, I choose to be myself. I love my space. I love having my own thing to do. So I love that. But I think I had gotten out of a relationship, and everything just went to shit, and I just kept overthinking everything. And it was my birthday, and I wanted to just be by myself because I was so shitty and down in the dumps, because I kept thinking, like, at least my previous birthday, this said person was, there around, even though he was not in the same place, he would make me feel special. And I kept missing that so badly, so terribly.
I remember that birthday. And I remember telling Mithun also that you give her more company. Let them drink.
I felt extremely lonely. I felt extremely lonely on that day.
I mean, I wasn't around.
Yeah.
So maybe that was what
Maybe
you were missing.
that was actually I was missing.
You're like, if only she was there, she would have made everything okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Unfortunately,
Right now, just imagine. I was like, oh, I don't know how to not take offense to that.
no, like you said, I love being alone also. I absolutely love. I love going and eating at a restaurant by myself. I love watching a movie by myself. I love doing things alone. I love it. I love my own company. When do I feel lonely? Unfortunately, all the time. It's nothing to do with the person I'm with. It's just that when you have so many thoughts in your head, you feel lonely in that battle. You're not able to get out of it. You feel like you're caged.
In your own head?
Yeah. So no matter how much people listen to you and try to understand what you're going through, you still feel lonely.
Like they would never know.
Yeah. And even if they, like, that's why in that show Love Is Blind, when that Danielle, she says, right?
This character was anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. You should watch the show. No, when she sits,
Netflix sent us such a
she sits with that guy. I forget the guy's name though.
Nick.
I think so. So she sits with him, and he looks at her and he tells her, I love you. You should always remember that, even when you're going through bad times, that I love you. And then she gives this look to him, and I understand that look, because I'm just like, her one side of her brain is like, yes, I understand that he loves me. There's no doubt in that. But there's another side that completely doubts it. And it's not because he's done anything wrong. It's just that you don't want to believe it, that how can anyone else love you when you have so many problems? You cannot love yourself so much that how can someone else do? That kind of thinking.
And she kept on second guessing. She's like,
Exactly.
I would not, hold it against her if he didn't choose me. I wouldn't choose him.
Exactly. So that's why I understood her so well. I was feeling so bad for her, and I got it. I got what she was feeling. So, that's the thing. You end up feeling very lonely. No matter if everybody's there for you, you do feel lonely. And it's just something you live with. And you try to ignore it because you try to remind yourself, yes, you have amazing family, you have good friends, you have amazing husband, you have amazing dogs that take care of you and are there with you all the time. So, you have everything and you become grateful. That's the only thing you can do, But yeah, loneliness is always there. But in spite of that, I still do love my company when I'm alone.
So you could talk about an organization. I'm like, that's a weird segue. I still love my company. And they should give me an appraisal.
What is the biggest change you have made in your life
This year.
this year?
I'm taking my health very seriously. I'm having and also thinking about my health in a different way. Like, I used to constantly do this thing, which was very toxic, which was like, the minute I would go off track or binge or do anything, I would be like, oh well, I've gone off track, so I will never be able to go back on track. But now I'm able to, like, the minute I go off track, I'm like, okay, let me just go back. It just takes that one day of, like, going back on track and it's fine. But you go back. It's about,
It's
so
okay
cliche.
to not do it.
Yeah, so cliche of, like, it's not about how many times you fall off the horse, but how many times you get back on.
It's cliche because it works. It's true.
And it's so true. Because I have fallen a lot of times off the track, but Antika, just come on, get back on.
It's how life is also, no? It's kind of a good lesson to learn for life.
I used to think I needed motivation every day to pick myself out of bed to go and do exercise.
Yeah.
Which was not at all true. I didn't need motivation. I just needed to know that I got up and be like, this is what I do now. This is what I do now. That's it. It's no motivation because every day you're not going to get up with the motivation like, oh, I'm going
It's like brushing your teeth.
Yeah,
You're not going to go like, do I need motivation to brush your teeth?
Yeah,
But I mean, some people do.
You do need it initially when you want to start on a journey. But but when you're on a routine, you just think of it like, this is consistency, it's nothing else. It's just every day, that is it. But yeah, saying this, I have gone off track and I have to get back on. But I will, and I know that I will. Like, I'm not lost hope, and Daddy said the best thing. So when I was like going really ham at my workouts, I would exhaust myself to a point where like everything would hurt and I would be so sore. Then Daddy said that, why are you punishing your body? Like, why are you doing this like as if you're punishing your body? And then that's when I realized, I'm like, holy shit, I am looking at this like a punishment. Like, yeah,
And you
bitch,
end
you
up
ate so
hating
much.
it.
Yeah, I used to have these guilt thoughts, even though I would never spell it out. But like, oh, yeah, bitch, you ate so much, now you better fucking work. Which is such a horrible language to speak to yourself in.
You would never tell that to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah, I am punishing myself, which is a horrible way to look at it because then when I do binge, I think of it that as self-care. But if I instead look at this as self-care, like I am taking care of myself, I'm just making sure that everything I'm doing is in accordance to my longer life and how my health is, then that is my self-care language. So it's just the way I changed the way I spoke to myself. What about you? What's the biggest change that you've done?
Being more outspoken online about my mental health, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's a big change.
And actually, it's a big change because, like I told you before, now
people-
suddenly everybody, because they're more aware of me having anxiety, they are able to talk to me in a
Cognizant.
better way. Yeah, and they're able to understand me better. Because before they'll be like, oh Anisha, why are you overreacting? Why are you over exaggerating? Why are you doing this? Why are you so extra stressed? But now they know, so they don't judge me so fast. They go like, okay, no, she has anxiety, that's why, it's okay. And they give me a little bit benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. And
The leeway is so important.
it allows you to give leeway to yourself then. And don't judge yourself so harshly. Why am I like this? Why am I doing it this way?
Yeah. I'm a child.
Why
What
don't
was
you
seeing this? This thing is a child.
Please mention that you're not a painter or you're not
I
an
am
artist.
not. I used to ask her to draw my fucking amoeba. So you can imagine. But I enjoy it. I enjoy just the feeling of this.
Like recently it has come out, right? These posts and all. I read there it was
You don't need to be good at your hobby.
exactly. If it brings you joy, that's all that matters. And that actually made me feel so relieved in a weird way. Because I always felt like I like painting, but I felt ashamed of telling people that I like painting because I'm not that good at painting.
And insert pictures over here. She has no reason to fucking feel like that. She
No,
is so
I am
good at
editing
painting.
this. If I insert pictures of my painting, it's like I'm boasting about my own
No,
painting.
but I need you to do it because I've told you now. Because I'm talking to the editor, Anisha, not this Anisha. Like I love the feeling of pen to paper. So much so where I wrote a poem. Do you know that? I've written a poem about my love for
so
poem.
many poems.
No, but I wrote a specific poem about my love for pen and paper.
Whenever you tell poem, no, I am reminded of the one time, the one poem I wrote, and it's super cringe.
What is it?
It's cringed the shit out of me.
I did it for a person.
I was, I think, 13, my first crush, and I didn't get him. Obviously, I went and literally proposed to him
At 13?
At 13, yes.
Oh my god, girl, you were
Like
massive energy, wow.
So at 13, I literally went up to him with a candy bar, and I was like, I do like you. And then he came out and told me that no, he has someone he likes somewhere else, and it completely broke my heart. But at that time, I was like, oh, that's good. Okay, that's no problem. I just wanted you to be a friend. That's it. Telling me I was strong. And then I went back into the class, and nobody, for the first time ever, there was nobody in my class. And I was sitting there in the first bench, and I just bawled my eyes out. I was crying so much. And the door has this little peephole, and suddenly I look up like with tear-stained eyes, and I look up, and there's like a bunch of eyes looking at me through that rectangle, and I was like, oh my god, life is so bad right now. Oh, that was so horrible. And then everybody in his standard, like he was like 1 year older than me. So all his classmates came running into the class. Who's the girl who's crying for him? Who's the girl who's crying for him?
What?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my
Bollywood
god.
thing you fucking did.
I know. And then there was another girl who had.
And then what did you say?
No, there was another girl who had my same name. Okay, and she stepped up. She like protected me, and she was like, yeah, it's me. What you gonna do? What do you want to say? What are you coming into our classroom to say? And then they all like backed off and went away, and I was like,
what were they coming? What, they were going to beat you up? Because
I don't know what they were gonna. Probably they were gonna bully me or taunt me or something about it, or like like prod me about like, oh, do you like him? What do you like about him? I mean, they're ninth graders, not like college students. The children still. So they would have said some stupid shit, right? And probably hurt me more. So because of that, this girl stepped up and supported me, and I've always been grateful to her. And I was like, oh my god, I love you so much. Thank you so much. That was really nice.
That was very sweet.
But now because of that, I wrote a poem which starts off with how I saw him and I fell in love with him, and after that he rejected me, and then he's an asshole who deserves to go to hell.
Oh my god.
The poem has like levels. So I gave it to him, and he, being the dick that he was, in the bus, he opened the poem and read it out loud in front of everybody.
That's scarring.
And one of my best friends at that time, his younger brother, was in the bus obviously, and then he tells me later, oh, you know what, Anisha, I'm so sorry, but this happened. And I was like, I felt like I was gonna die. Like everything feels like the end of the world when you're a teenager.
But that day.
Right? But you know what was okay for me? Because 2 months later, I left for Dubai.
He wasn't there. You know what? Till today, I'm sure he remembers that. Like, she wrote a poem for me and then she left the school. She left the country.
No, the reason I had the courage to go up to him and tell him was because I was like, what do I have to lose? I'm anyway leaving the country in 2 months.
You knew.
I knew.
Can I draw you?
Yeah. I was like, I knew in 2 months I was going to leave. So screw it. Nothing to lose. Go for it. If you do it, then long distance.
Let's go for a walk.
Yeah. Pack it up. Let's skip to the good part.
This is how we walk. We just walk like this.
It always looks so cool. Maybe not so cool to other people right now. But right, yes. For sure.
Selfie cameras. Not very cool. Spectrum of coolness.
We are really cool. We are our own version of cool.
For sure.
long way down.
How you look?
Yeah, and it's suddenly there's a hole. If you fall, I swear to God, at least I got it on camera.
I think the viewers need to see you eat it.
No, they really don't.
Come on, do it for the views.
I don't have that kind of audience.
Do it for the fam. Is that a body? It does look like that kind of video, no?
Let's go check it out. Come on, follow.
Anja, I'm not following. I'm sorry. You don't pay me enough for this.
Sorry to all the people who like Lion King, but this is my rock now. This is my pride rock. What's up? Power pose. Does it look powerful? Go sit there.
Why? No.
It's so beautiful.
She looks so creepy.
Go sit there.
You said that.
Go sit there. I think we both are scared. And then now we put a horror story, horror song. We do it this way. We put it this way. We put it this way. Imagine this is a snake. React to the snake.
Look like you were trying to do a porn video.
I think it's time to leave this place.
He's bold.
But it's so beautiful though. And we should go and have nice chai. Cut to us being in the house and having chai. If only. Can we skip to the good part?
And show a real time version of walking.
Oh, so tired. Too much to walk, yeah. To the good part. Does anyone cheers with chai?
Well, now we've checked.